Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Want to make sure we don't put another mute video out there in the world. And by the way, that was my fault when that happened last time. So yeah.
Hey, you could have just made up your own commentary. Imagine what we were saying. Keep it interesting.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough.
Welcome to week 8.
Week 8, where do you know who's tied for first in the AFC North?
The Steelers.
Yeah, baby.
Listen, they're cooking. They made the right choice. I don't know that they chose a quarterback that they can at least keep the ship afloat and running smoothly right now, and that's Russell Wilson. I don't know about letting him cook. You gotta keep him on a short leash, but I think he's a more viable option than Justin Fields. He looked good in his first game. We can't take that away from him. Let's see what he does this week.
Okay. So much. Oh, hold up. I gotta fix the camera.
I'll check you out.
I want y'all to look at me clearly when I say this. Justin Fields is not dead or washed, okay? Not dead or washed. I still believe in him.
Oh, no one's saying that. No one's saying that at all.
I don't know if Russell Wilson can keep the job for the whole season. I don't know if Russ can. I don't know if Russ is built like that. Here's the issue. Russ has not been healthy for a whole season for multiple years.
He's not being asked to play a whole season. This is week 8. Come on.
Enough. He never makes it past week 8. He hasn't made it past week 8 healthy.
That's
like the past few years.
That's why Mike Tomlin's a genius.
The other thing is, I will say this. It looks like, and I was watching, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I like watching Fox Sports. The facility in particular, they have Shady McCoy, running back, Emmanuel Acho, linebacker, Chase Daniel, quarterback, and James Jones, wide receiver. And they all said the same thing, where Russ throws a more wide receiver-friendly ball. Justin Fields is firing that ball in at you every single time, zipping it. Russ throws a ball that gives the wide receiver a chance to reposition himself, to try to fight for the ball. He gives a wide receiver a fighting chance for the ball, and he trusts his wide receivers to win that fight. George Pickens is a person that if you give him a chance, because they showed Justin Fields, both of them threw a 25-yard pass. Justin Fields' pass made it there in 1.8 seconds. Russ's took 3 seconds to get there.
Oh, damn.
He throws a moonshot. He throws arc. He puts air underneath it. And you saw George Pickens literally as he turns around, he sees it. Now he's looking the ball in the air. Now he's doing a little fighting to get in position. Jumps up, grabs the ball, gets it. So
that's where Russell Wilson could be a help to his development, and seeing that during practice, seeing that during the games, he could learn to incorporate that into his skill set.
I'm pretty sure they've told him that before. Wouldn't you have? This can't. If it's the first time you're hearing it now, then shame on every coach you ever had. You know what I mean?
Brett Favre, I know, was always known as having a gun for an arm and would just fire it in there.
Josh Allen's another one who has a gun for an arm. Josh Allen is another one. Like, it's just... By the way, new tablet. Gotta love it.
That thing does look smooth. It feels so much lighter.
Yeah. The case is heavier than this.
Oh. Listen, the Patriots are looking functional this week. Although it's the first quarter so far this season.
And it's also the Jets.
They have a history of looking good in the first, but...
Oh, yeah. Weren't you guys looking really good in England in the first quarter against the Jaguars? You guys were up. I thought it was about to be a rout.
They came out and looked smooth, but then reality set in.
Not reality set in. All right. Sorry, guys. I got to take a look at my fantasy football. I did kind of make some changes last minute. And I got to see what's going on. Oh, shoot. I need the Wi-Fi.
You remember it?
Nope, but I'm going to give it to you to put it on, though.
Ranked 22nd in the rush, 31st in the pass.
Yo, okay. So, also for you guys to know, we're watching the Patriots game. Right now it's 0-0. And I'm not going to lie, Drake May is giving y'all hope. I just hope it's not another Mac Jones type of thing. Like, ooh. Speaking of Drake May, Mac Jones, you heard what Bill Belichick said about the players being soft and everything like that.
You heard what Gerard Mayo said about the players being soft. Mayo started it. Came out and called these guys soft.
He did, but listen, I know Bill Belichick is petty, but he's being very, very petty right now.
They've done nothing but shit on Belichick ever since he's left the team.
Okay, wait, but
Robert Kraft goes on.
No, Robert Kraft did that. I don't know about Gerard Mayo, but now he's taking shots at Gerard Mayo nonstop.
Patriots. Mayo's taking some shots at him.
Yes.
Somewhat emphasizing how we're not taking the hard approach and we're doing things. All these things, all these comments that are being made are shots at Belichick.
All right, but
now what we have are the inmates are running the asylum, and I think it's kind of funny.
Like, I'm really sitting over here looking at this, and I'm like, damn, Bill Belichick will take any opportunity he can to talk shit about the Patriots.
Time out. Let's make it clear, for the first few weeks of the season, he barely discussed them, barely had anything to say about them.
And then once they started getting a little bit relevant, he started...
No, they've just... The organization, for some reason, it's almost as if it's a mandate that's come from on high. They haven't done him any favors since he's left the team. I feel like it's just been hit piece after hit piece. Listen, the guy screwed up. Fine. Let's not take away from him what he built here.
And Robert Kraft also sabotaged him in all his interviews.
Pretty much. So if we came to an agreement, hey, we're not going to say I got fired. We're going to say that I walked away. It's time for a change or something.
Mutually went separate ways.
And then
Why are you calling the Falcons to be like, you don't want this man? Why are you calling the Commanders to be like, you don't want this man? Like that is kind of...
Then you go on the Breakfast Club, do an interview with Charlemagne the God talking about, well, I had to fire Bill, Like, wait a minute, huh?
He don't like that. Damn, I should have kept Bucky Irvin on here. Oh, damn it. Kylo, how's it going, buddy? So we do have a little pet mascot over here. Kylo. I don't know. Oh, no, you can't see the camera. You can see the nose.
You can just see his head popping up a little bit.
But, Bill Belichick, I feel like, again, yes. Do they deserve it? But then when you could tell that when Gerard Mayo called them soft, it was to kind of challenge the team to wake up.
Everything I've heard from professional athletes this week is that their coaches often call them soft. However, it's typically done behind the scenes. It's done during practice when necessarily the cameras aren't around. These guys are all men at the end of the day, and they're on a road trip.
They got the egos and pride. And
there you go.
That. But Gerard Mayo used to be one of those. Listen, player coaches know how to resonate with the players in their locker room more than positional coaches ever has. You know what I mean? Look at Drake May. Drizzy May. Is that a touchdown? Or did he step out? Touchdown. Let's go.
I agree with what you're saying there with player coaches being able to relate there. However, Gerard Mayo hasn't accomplished anything as of yet as a coach.
What does he have to work with to accomplish?
Agreed. That's why you would maybe take an alternative approach to how you're communicating with the team. hey, let's get a few wins under our belt.
He's been with this team for the past 3 years as a coach, defensive coach,
It was
linebacker coach.
For better or for worse, it was the Bill Belichick show. Now it's your show. Now it's your opportunity to kind of carve out your NFL resume. Start filling it out.
So he has, but I'm saying like he has you know what? So he has a relationship with them. So he probably did say it behind closed doors. It never got out. But then now he's like, it probably didn't resonate. He probably said it the first time, didn't work. Nothing changed. Probably said it the second time, didn't work. So he's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna call y'all soft in front of the whole world. Now let me see if y'all still gonna play soft. If it's his first time saying it on the microphone and on TV in front of everybody, then fine, fair, agreed. But I'm pretty sure he said it behind closed doors first, and then it's like eventually like, yo, listen, they're just playing soft. They really ran 17 plays down our throat, and we could not stop them. Like, what type of defense is this?
Belichick was like, well, yeah.
He's like, well, if my players don't play good, then I got to blame myself. Listen, as a coach, yes, you are going to blame yourself, and you are a defensive coach at that. If you're a defensive position coach and you can't, like, that's on you. But at the same time, there's only so much you can do because guess what?
Listen, for 20 years, the post-game press conferences were simple. We've got to play offense better. We've got to play defense better. We've got to coach better. We have to do better in all three phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. You know?
Yeah, now you got people really answering the press conference questions, and there's no problem with that. I have no qualms.
I think the concern a lot of the New England area has with the Patriots, especially, we can't allow this to become a purely Patriots podcast, but the issue that a lot of people have with the Patriots is the fact that Mayo will come out and say something today, and then tomorrow he's going to have to backtrack it a little bit. Listen, stand on business, as the kids say these days.
No, honestly, he needs to stand on business. And it's not business, it's business.
My fault.
With a D.
See, my fault.
All right, got to stand on business. Speaking of comments made out loud, you haven't heard about Devontae Adams' comment?
No, this is great because you had mentioned this coming in.
So, Devontae Adams had only been with the team for like 5 days. Remember, they played. It was against my Steelers that they played, and was that a Sunday night game?
Thursday night, I think.
No, because they played a Monday night game. They lost, or was it a Sunday night game? No, whatever game it was, they lost, and then literally that's when Aaron Rodgers threw Mike Williams under the bus. That was
when they were showing where he was supposed to be. Okay,
yeah.
yep, I remember that.
They traded for Devontae the next day, and then they played that Sunday because last week we played Sunday night.
Okay.
So he got there, let's say Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Practice with them Wednesday. He got traded on a Tuesday. Reason I remember is because he was on the Pat McAfee show, and he's always on a Tuesday.
Yeah, I remember that interview where he kind of came walking in while they were talking to Aaron.
So he was there Tuesday. They played Sunday, right? And Tuesday, I'm pretty sure he was doing the physical to make sure. So he wasn't really with the team, but he was just there. And then they played Sunday, and I believe who's the running back again for the Jets?
Breece Hall.
Breece Hall. He had a big run or something like that. And then there was like pretty much everyone was dead on the sidelines. There was no like, yeah. There was none of that. It was pretty much just like all right, good job. Let's try to get this going. Whatever. So then I don't know what day this week he said it. I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday. And he came out and he was like, honestly, let me see if I can pull up the quote, honestly. Just because I don't want to misquote the man. Because honestly, some people are misquoting him and it's like causing some controversy. Like they're like, no, like, he don't have no right. All right. Technical difficulties. That's the issue when you run live. Don't mind us. We're still working on it. Meanwhile, let me see if I can find this quote. Adams quote. Oh wait, this is not. No, yeah, this is it. Wait. All right, I got it. Yep. Ooh, look at Breece. Yo, first off, the Jets really are losing right now, but Breece Hall is trying his best. I'll give him that. He's definitely trying his best. Oh, you got it. All right. You ready for this?
Shoot.
Devontae Adams. Now, I'm not finding the prefix that he put on here. He was like, so since it's not on this quote, because this article is trying to make it seem even worse than it really was. He was like, I had only been here for like 5 days and I was kind of reluctant to speak up, but it was really, really bad. So I just sat over here. There was a lack, and this is what he said, quote, there was a lack of energy and urgency out there, and it was apparent. I played on teams that have winning culture. This team being so talented roster-wise, it's a waste to have everybody out there and to have a dead sideline like that. Brees had a catch and went for 60 yards, and we can't feed off the energy. Those type of plays are supposed to be contagious for the rest of the team.
So there's something going on there with the team.
Do you not remember Aaron Rodgers when Robert Saleh was fired up with some sort of touchdown pass, and Aaron Rodgers was like, yo, chill, relax. And then now this other guy comes in and is like, no, be like Saleh, the one you guys fired.
No, but that speaks to more than just the head coach.
That's
I guess
that's not the head coach. That's
so.
not the
You
head coach.
indicating the
That's
team's
the chemistry.
adopting the.
No. That's a chemistry issue, bro. Listen, I don't care what energy or what philosophy you got in in a locker room or whatever. Can you imagine an NBA where this person just made 3 threes in a row and the bench is just sitting down like, yeah, good job. Nah, they be standing up like, bang, gunshots, arrows, doing like 3 on the wrist. Like, come on. None of that? This is literally what he's saying. He's like, bro, like, are we not a team? Like, bro, he ran for 60 yards. We were struggling on offense. He got 60 yards. Why are we not feeding off of that?
See, I thought you were going to indicate that the team's somewhat taking on the personality of Aaron Rodgers and his stubbornness and...
Oh, Aaron Rodgers was like, I love that speech. He was like, I love that he said that. Aaron Rodgers, aren't you supposed to be the leader? So the controversy with what Devontae Adams said was some people were like, bro, you just got there. Why are you talking?
Fam, because I have eyes and I can see. I've been doing, hey, hi, I've been doing this for a while.
But they're like, you just got here. Like, okay, so in the facility, this is where they were split. Some people were like, he's Devontae Adams. If he wants to talk, he can.
Check my resume out.
He got the resume. Some people are like, you wasn't with us during training camp. You wasn't with us during this whole season. You haven't been with us for this whole struggle that we've had. And they're saying because of that, you don't know what we do here, bro. You can't just come in here and just like try. And
so I should go along with the ride, seeing that this isn't.
Ride, but it was some of the people like, if you have a job, right? Let's say you're working at your job, right? And a new hire comes in, and he's only been there for a week, not even past the probation period. And you're like, yo, you know what you should be doing, bro? You seem a little miserable here, bro. You should be a little more happy. Yo, you know, you should come in here a little more happy, bro. You should probably get yourself some coffee before you get in here. You're gonna be like, yo, who the hell are you?
I'd be like, you know what? Geez, maybe I need to bring my energy up when I'm on my way. You know what? Thanks a lot, pal.
Yeah. And then you're gonna be like, yo, why am I listening to you? Like, who the hell are you? And then also in retrospect, you're gonna be like, oh, let's say he was employee of the year, 5 years running at his previous job. And you know about him. You've seen him at conferences and stuff like that. He's a guest speaker usually at the conferences. You've seen him there, now he hired. And he's like, yo, you know what you should be doing?
Why don't you try this?
Why don't you try a little bit of this? You just got here a week ago. You still ask me where to park this morning. You ain't gonna try to tell me how I need to be in the office?
No, you're right. It would come off and sound much better.
It should have came from the person who's been here for 2 years. Like, yo, bro, listen. And then at the same time, the person who's been here for 2 years can't say shit because when the coach was showing that energy, you told him to relax. This is business as usual.
Sometimes ignorance is bliss, so it's probably a good thing it came from somebody who just came in and walked in if it needed to be said.
I don't know if you heard this, but a lot of the defensive players are saying they're playing for Saleh right now. Did you hear that report?
Hey, did you hear they got Reddick? He finally signed and he's...
Yeah. I think, is he playing today? He's supposed to play today.
I'm not sure if he's playing, but again, another piece, another tool for them.
Well, first of all, that was a tool they were supposed to have. All right, let's also call that a spade a spade. That was the tool they were supposed to have already.
No flag? Hey.
I'm gonna try to see if I can find any notes here from this.
We're about 3 minutes Just under 4 minutes left in the first quarter. The Patriots are up 7-0 on the Jets, and they somewhat look like a functional team.
Yo, I told you, you still could get to 8. You still could get to 8.
No.
It's a reach, but you can still get to 8.
We're not going to play the Jets.
7 weeks, 7 more weeks.
You know, exactly. That's not going to happen.
So, who was it? Reddick, right? Hassan Reddick?
Mm-hmm.
He has no defensive stats yet, so I don't know if he's playing. But no defensive stats just as of yet. But yeah, no, it's just like the defensive players are saying they're playing for Saleh. So the defensive players did not want Saleh gone. And I know Roger's saying he didn't get Saleh fired. I know he's saying that.
What else is he supposed to say? Hey guys, I really didn't like this coach, so I kind of pulled the strings and got him out of here.
Nick Wright said it best. He's like, he probably didn't get him fired, but he didn't fight for him to keep his job either. Okay? So, again, I feel like Saleh really got the short end of the stick. Now, do you know what he's doing right now? I don't know if you know this, but when NFL coaches' contracts are guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
So if you fire them, if they had a 3-year contract, you got to pay them for those 3 years until they get another coaching job. If they get another coaching job within that 3 years, then you're off the hook and they get a new contract, and that one's null and void.
They broke down his salary, and he's going to be earning $20-something thousand a day just
not to be there. So do you know what he's doing to be even more pettier to the Jets? He's working for free with the Packers.
Consulting. Pro
yes. He's on the sideline with the Packers for free.
I'm going to volunteer my services.
Yes.
But the NFL's not going to let that right out because, I mean, technically you're a coach on the...
No, he's not. He's a consultant. He's
Come
not
on.
a coach.
Come on. What game? These are little games we're playing here, right?
Yeah, but I have no contract. I'm volunteer. I'm not under contract with the Packers.
I'm an intern.
I'm an intern. But you know the best part about it, and this is why I believe Saleh's going to get another job sooner rather than later? He's not there working with the defense.
Isn't he a defensive guy?
Yes.
So what is he doing?
He's sitting in on the offensive meetings.
Okay. Learning.
Exactly. The defense was not a problem. The defense was not a problem for the Jets until Saleh was let go. Now they're giving up 30 points a game. If the Patriots get to 24 points, Saleh was a big difference for this team. Can we go with that? Right now, the Patriots got 7. It's the first quarter. If the Patriots, let me take a look. What is their top score this season?
I don't think they've hit 30.
No, they definitely haven't hit 30, but have they hit 20?
Yes, because in the Drake May's first start, they hit.
They did?
He had more touchdowns in that first start than what's his face? Jacoby Brissett had all season long. So, yeah, they absolutely...
Okay, so they scored 20 against Seattle. But how many that was? Okay, let me phrase it this way. They get 3 offensive touchdowns. Yeah, because with Houston, you did get 21. All right, so if you get 24 points, 24 points. If you get 24 points with Drake May against the Jets right now, where the only time they actually were able to get over 20 was against Houston, which does not have your defense.
That's fair.
Getting rid of Saleh was
You think the Jets' defense is better than Houston's defense?
Yeah. Talent-wise, yes. They got a Pro Bowler at every level. Quinnen Williams at D-line. Sauce Gardner at cornerback. And, what's supposed to be Hassan Reddick? I don't know.
Hassan Reddick just came back, so he's going to be their Pro Bowler linebacker.
That's a question mark. Okay.
Listen, I had originally picked them because of the Aaron Rodgers edition there, but I think they're sneakily positioned to make a little run in the AFC East. They could potentially, if they're able to pull the Jets, if they are able to pull this together, they could be a wildcard team.
I think it's over. I think by the end of this week, win or lose, I think it's over. It depends on Buffalo Bills.
So they're going to do what now? A rebuild?
Oh, they're not going to, I don't think they can make the playoffs this year. I don't think so. This Jets team, I don't see anything promising.
Listen, I'm sitting here saying, well, if they could just pull it together, hey, it's 8 weeks into the season, guys. So half the season,
halfway.
Whatever you are now, it's
who you are.
Pretty much who you are.
So I don't believe in them like that.
I was blinded by the fact that they added Rodgers and thought that he was going to make a difference. You look on paper, hey, they've got a solid defense. They've got a couple of young offensive tools in Breece Hall and Gareth Wilson. I thought you were going to add Aaron Rodgers to that, and okay, hey guys, let's go.
That was the plan. That was the plan. But the issue is Aaron Rodgers was not supposed to be this bad. Because the thing was, we were, I don't want to say blinded, but we were confident that even on Aaron Rodgers' worst day, he's better than Zach Wilson. That's where that promise came from.
What was the stat I saw this week? It was a chart comparing through 7 weeks or through 8 weeks.
The Zach
Wilson's performance
was better. It was better.
Oh, I wanted to hit you with a pop quiz and just show you the stats and say, hey, which one would you want?
Which one is this year? Like, what? No, it's been better. They've had more wins. Zach Wilson never went 2-5.
Oh, man.
So just to kind of stick with the AFC East real quick, I believe in, I think the Bills got it. It's confirmed. I know I said last week that, it could be anyone's race. The Dolphins might come back. Listen, and I know Mark Cooper did not do too much craziness, but I'm like, they really did need a wide receiver. They needed a bona fide wide receiver. That was their one need. And I know they're playing today at 4 o'clock, so we're not going to really see it until then. But to think that by the end of this week, hold on, Dolphins are playing today.
They're playing now. The Dolphins are up 10-0.
Who scored?
10-0 on the Dolphins, on the Cardinals.
It's the Dolphins is a field goal, and they got a Russian touchdown? Yeah, Russian touchdown with Raheem Mostert. I knew I should have traded for Raheem. I don't believe. Okay, so first, let's talk about.
Hey, look at this. See, that's what I thought we were going to see. Tight window throws, a lot of Breece Hall.
That was more of a catch. That was more on the receiver than it was on the quarterback.
He had to get it there.
He got it.
Did you see the window though?
And the window was tight, and he held on to it. That was the receiver more than the quarterback. No good.
Yeah, you win.
The Jets. No. All right. If anyone should have been fired, it should have been the kicker. For real. For real.
Oh, he just missed.
He missed the kick. Like, he cost him the game at Denver. They played in Denver, and he cost him the game.
Ooh.
It was a tight window.
That was nice. That was real nice.
Did you see Tua's comments about wearing a Guardian cap and all that stuff?
He loves the game to the death of him. He's not going to wear the Guardian cap, which I'm a little shocked that he's not doing that, especially where so many players around the NFL now
are doing it.
You barely notice it. Because
it's just a sleeve.
Yeah,
it's just a sleeve.
The helmet. At first, the helmet looks a little off, but then you barely notice it as the game goes on.
For you guys who don't know, Tua, who was concussed and out on IR, which again I think I said this before, and I'll die on this hill. I got no proof of this or whatnot. Obviously, I don't got no connections to Miami Dolphins. The NFL intervened to make the Dolphins put Tua on IR. I believe it.
The first time before coming, okay.
3 weeks ago, they forced the Dolphins to put him on IR because a report came out where Tua was already back to normal, everything was good, and all that stuff. They made it seem as if he was going to pass the concussion test, and the NFL said, "No, the hell he will not. He can pass the test, but he is not going to be. We can't have him on the field." It would have been literally. It would have been the anti-NFL. It would have been the anti. The whole concussion conversation is like, oh, you guys taking this as a joke. There's no way this man was concussed the way he was, and y'all gonna let this man literally get back on the field a week later. So throwing up gang signs. The Crips almost felt offended. Like, yo. So I believe the NFL got involved and was like, you cannot have this man, put him on IR. Okay, he has too many concussions, put him on IR, and say that he's gonna go do some evaluations. I don't know if you noticed this. Every week they're saying he's gonna go meet with neurologists to go figure out what's going on. And for some reason, every week, no conversation was ever had. You know when they finally had a conversation? Monday. He's like, okay, he's meeting with neurologist now. If this man was good to go, you guys said he was going to meet with neurologist for 4 weeks now. Why did he finally need it the Monday before? We all knew he was going to. Listen, if you're concussed and you can't clear concussion protocol after 4 weeks, something is truly wrong. Oh, wow, look at that. That was on the holder.
Where the lace is not out.
Apparently it makes a difference. It makes a difference. So the NFL got involved and they put him on IR. And then he came out and they were asking him, are you going to wear a Guardian cap? Now, for those who don't know, a Guardian cap is, you obviously see the NFL players got helmets. And what they do is they put another layer of foam outside that helmet. And then they put a sleeve over it just so that, you know, you don't see it, but it still looks like a team helmet type of thing. It just got approved to be used mid-game this year. And a lot of players have done it. There was a player on the Buccaneers who was concussed and missed 2 weeks because he's going to kill the concussion protocol. You know what he was wearing last week? The Guardian cap. He's like, nah, B, I'm good. So, to his history,
one of the Patriots players wears it as well. Might be Jabril Peppers or one of the cornerbacks.
Listen, now I will say this. In defense of Tua, I hate to do this. There's not enough study yet in game to say if it's a positive or a negative. But my stance is it's not going to be a negative. Well, not negative. They don't know if it's a positive or net neutral. Like, it doesn't even do an impact. They don't know because they never allowed it in games. This is the first year with it in games. But it can only help. You know what I mean? It's not going to make it more likely for you to get a concussion. So
even if it's a 5%.
Even if it's a 2%. Now, better. People don't know about Tua. This man has been concussed. He had 3 concussions in 1 year, right? 2 years
Wasn't
ago.
it 2, but the second one was... Oh, actually 2, and then the third one was this year.
Was the third one this year? I thought it was like... There was one where we thought he was concussed, but then he cleared concussion protocols and got back in the game. And everybody was like, yeah,
did he?
No, there was no way he did. And then he got concussed again that Thursday. Cleared the concussion protocol because he had a game on Thursday and played that Thursday. Cleared concussion protocol again and played the next game and got concussed again. I think he had 3. 2 confirmed, a third suspected. Yo, Drake May, go down. This is the tickets we should have got the games for.
I know, huh?
So he has about 4 concussions.
And what's really scary about it, as you say, he gets down on the ground and
he seizes up.
The finger seizures.
It's not just regular concussion like, oh, he blacked out. It's worse than a blackout. He seizes up every time. Yeah. And that's the reason why people are like, yo, your concussions are worse than others. Some people are concussed and they're like, I just blacked out. Mm-hmm. Okay? And that's bad. Not to say that that's any better, but it's still bad. But he literally sitting over here like...
Hey, does he... I don't want to say stupid question, but does he have consciousness when he's been seizing that way with his fingers on the field?
You're not supposed to. It's a step up. If he does, then that's different. But I believe when you're seizing, you don't even know what's going on.
Okay.
You don't.
So he just wakes up and, oh, wow, hey, I was on the field. Now I'm in the locker room.
Or he might still be on the field because it's like, it could be just only 30 seconds long that he's blacked out for.
Okay.
So Guardian cap is another layer of foam that you put outside of your helmet and then just to help protect with concussions. There is no study on if it helps because they never allowed it mid-game. This is the first year. There are a bunch of players who are using it. There are a bunch of players using it mid-game now. So they asked him, since you've had so many concussion histories, are you willing to put a Guardian cap on? And he said no. And you could have just said no and left it at that. And I don't think I would have been as annoyed. When he said no, don't people wake up every day and take a chance with their life when they go out to drive? Listen, if I had a friend that I care about, and for some reason in the past year and a half, you've had 5 car accidents, I'm going to tell you to invest in Uber and buy some stocks in Uber. Because you really shouldn't be driving. I think after a certain point, they suspend your license. Do they not?
I'm not sure.
Because I think no insurance is going to want you.
Well, think about the drunk drivers who constantly get arrested and lose their license. You lose your license and you get it back.
Eventually, yeah. So at least you lose it and you're suspended for a little bit. Like, it's not the same. You can actually do that. But you literally, the other people's, when you're driving a car, it's not their job to hit you. Okay? You get in an accident, it's kind of like a, damn, I got in a car accident. Football, the other people's job is to hit you. And for some reason, when you get hit, you don't remember getting hit. And the fact that he said this, and I don't know if you saw this, but Antonio Brown tweeted at him, was like, welcome to CTE, gang. I didn't like his obnoxious attitude toward the question. That's a very fair question to ask. And then that smart response back, I felt like was just a slap in the face to people caring about you in your...
Listen, you can make the argument that in the past, the NFL has done many things, maybe from withholding information and not fully disclosing. We're at a point now where there is enough information out there available about what the consequences of playing football are long term.
And you know what you're signing up for.
Players of yesteryear can say, hey, we weren't fully sure. Today, I think everyone's pretty certain what they're signing up for. So it's really, imagine being the player who potentially sacks him and the worst happens.
Honestly, if I was that player, I don't care no more. After the first and second concussion, the person who did the concussion 3 weeks ago kind of felt a little guilty. You might feel a little guilty. But after this comment and you came back, I don't feel guilty no more.
Even the last concussion, it wasn't a bad hit. It wasn't anything brutal or anything.
Tua lowered his head into the man's chest.
It wasn't brutal. Concussed. It wasn't a violent hit. It was just kind of a normal football play.
If I was a player right now and I tackled you and then you got concussed, I'm not going to feel bad. I'm not going to feel bad no more.
My job is to tackle you and stop you.
You go put a Guardian cap on. Or stop playing. Like, I got to stop caring. You don't care about yourself, so clearly why should I? You like it, I love it. Actually, yeah. You like getting hit, I love hitting you. That sounds like some domestic relationship right there.
Hey, salute to Andrew Luck, who got to a point and said, hey, you know what?
I'm out.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm out.
Because if he was in the league right now, he'd be making, what, $60 million? He'd be one of the top tiered quarterbacks.
And he's literally happy. It's sad to see it, but
coaching
he's happy.
High school football, I think.
No, he's happy right now.
Hey, guess what? He wakes up out of bed, stands up on his own legs.
And he ain't got to do that. Yo, man,
he can remember what happened last week. What does Antonio Brown call it? CTESPN?
Yeah, CTESPN. It's so wrong on that one.
Hey, he was out there on the presidential campaign this week.
Listen, I'm not going to lie to you.
He made a speech.
I'm not going to... Okay. We're not a political show. But MAGA folks, y'all are amazing. Okay? Y'all are amazing. To all the MAGA people out there, you have some on this video, y'all are amazing. Antonio Brown really stood up there and said, y'all are my cracker of the day. And y'all cheered.
I was thinking a way to clean it up, but yeah, that's exactly what he said.
I did nothing to clean up. I'm not going to clean it up. Yo, listen. Kudos to Antonio Brown for not giving a damn. Because he clearly doesn't. And kudos to MAGA people. Like, because I don't know if you know, I follow Antonio Brown. He's actually a pretty interesting follow on Twitter. Okay? He does really do cracker of the day. And he does say some wild things as well. He also has, like, welcome to the CTE, SPN. And he called CTE Catch the Energy, in case you didn't know. All right? But he really stood at the rally and was like, y'all are my crackers of the day. And I'm just like...
And they cheered him on.
Cheered him on. Like,
yes. Wait a minute, what?
Yes. Oh, listen. MAGA folks, y'all are amazing. Okay?
All right, as we look around what's going on in the NFL, the Titans and the Lions are tied up at 14. Looks like they're almost at halftime.
The Cardinals are down 7-10 to the Dolphins. Who got the receiving touchdown?
The Bucks are up 14-7 on the Falcons.
Really? Damn it, I should have started Bucky Irving.
I started the Bucks defense this week.
Oh, damn.
Over the Falcons because Seattle. Who's Seattle playing? Seattle's playing somebody that... Oh. They're playing the Bills, and I didn't like them as a matchup.
The Bills offense is something to really take into account right now. It really is. Oh, before we keep going to more scores, so actually, I'll give the run-up of the scores right now. Philadelphia losing to the Bengals 10-3. Cleveland tied with the Ravens 3-3. Let's go Cleveland. Detroit and Tennessee are tied 14-all. Miami and the Cardinals 10-7. Miami up. Patriots Jets 6-7. Patriots up. 14-7 Falcons Bucks. 7-0 Jacksonville losing to Green Bay. And the Colts are up 10-3 on the Texans. Let's go Colts. I got a parlay bet with a payout of $1,100 that I got the Colts winning the division. I believed in Anthony Richardson before the season.
Oh, I thought you were saying you just did the parlay bet.
No, I did it in the beginning of the season. I believed in Anthony Richardson. So I need the Colts to win the division, the Steelers to win the division, the Packers to win the division, and the Commanders. Those four happen, I win $1,000. It was a $1 bet. That's how early in the season I did it.
All right, hold on. You need the
Steelers to win the division.
That's the North. Okay.
Okay, and they're tied right now for first. Commanders to win the division. They're number one. Colts are one game behind. And this game, the winner of this game is number one in the division.
All right, so Jacksonville and Tennessee, they're out of here. They're not serious contenders. You think that Houston's not gonna win that division?
I think Houston is. I'm just trying to make sure the Colts get enough of a lead that the payout, the cash out offer, gets to at least $500. So I could take that.
Houston's 5-4-3, and
no, I think Colts are 4-3. Houston's 5-2.
Okay, so they're
the Texans are 5-2. The Colts are 4-3. So if they win this game, they get the tiebreaker and they lead the division. So let's go Colts. And I need the Browns to win because take the Ravens down by any means necessary. Browns, do something.
The Commanders aren't going to win the East.
You don't think that Commanders going to win the NFC East? They got a 1-game lead on the Eagles right now.
I don't think they're going to pull it off this year.
Wait, who are the Eagles? Right now, Eagles are losing to Cincinnati. You think? Okay, so who's going to win it? The Eagles?
Listen, the season, we're about halfway through the season.
Mm-hmm.
Most teams are what they are right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're still not sure what the Eagles or Cowboys are.
No, we know what the Cowboys are. We know what they are. That's not a question.
Yeah, you nailed it at the beginning of the season. They lost too much and didn't replace it because they seem a little...
I took that line from Greeny from ESPN. He's like, they did not get better. They just got more expensive. But I was always saying they lost too much and didn't replace anybody. Again, listen, and we all have a friend who is in a relationship. The relationship's over. They get a new girl or guy. And then they leave their current one for the ex who was toxic. You're like, bro, listen, you need to move. When they were with the first girlfriend, you said you need to, this relationship. You don't say you need to move on because, you don't put your opinion in people's relationships. That's how you get people upset at you. But you sit over here and in your head, you're like, yeah, that ain't going to work. Then when they break up, you tell the person like, yeah, I didn't think it was going to work with y'all, but, I'm glad you moved on and whatnot. Got a new relationship. Now, the new relationship may not be the best relationship, but at least it was better than the one they were in before. And then you found out they ended it just to go back to their ex. You're like, this dumbass over here. That's literally what the Cowboys did. They did it with Zeke.
I can't believe they brought him back. I thought they were going to bring him back and just retire him, but no, they brought him back to...
He don't want to retire. And he's mad. I don't know if you heard it, but reports out that he's not happy with his usage.
Then if that's the case, he should have just stayed here in New England.
He wanted to go home. So... Yeah, no, that's very... I love that one. I love that one. I wanted to also... Speaking on the Colts, that parlay bet, Anthony Richardson. I believed him in the beginning of the season. I don't know if it's because he never really had a rookie season to learn, but he's not looking good.
Do you feel he has enough weapons to perform?
Yes, he does. Joe Flacco's looking good right now. Joe Flacco was decent. But the same thing, he has 3 bona fide receivers and Jonathan Taylor is running back.
These wily old quarterbacks, the Joe Flaccos, the Andy Daltons of the world, they could come in and for one game, turn back the clocks and look.
Joe Flacco did it for more than one game last year for the Browns.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons we got Alex Van Pelt or whoever that was that came from the Browns to the Patriots. Because he used 5 quarterbacks and made them all look decent. But again, he was a wily old vet. He could come in and keep the ship afloat. Most teams need a wily old vet on the squad for situations like this. So, for example, that would be one of the things that I suggest the Patriots try to do in the offseason. Get a vet, a legitimate veteran quarterback, not Jacoby Brissett. Remember the days of a Vinny Testaverde who bounced around, a Kurt Warner who at the end of their career just bounced around from team to team, being able to keep the ship afloat if the young kid couldn't manage things.
Yeah. They don't want that because I don't know if they feel like, quarterbacks don't like controversy in the locker room. They want
so we got to massage the ego of our new quarterbacks.
Listen, coaches right now.
Hey, you're the guy. You're the only one. We're not going to bring anyone around.
So do you think he's done?
It's too soon to tell. Did he play 4 years in college? Do you know?
Let's look it up.
Because that's the other thing. Is so many. How are you calling?
They come out too early. You think?
Sometimes these players just need time to develop. Sometimes they get drafted by teams that aren't the greatest at developing them, and so they end up looking like Trent Richardson.
No, but they thought they could because you know who the coach is the one who helped Jalen Hurts have that MVP like season. That's who's there. College. He spent 2 years in college.
Anthony Richardson, 2. So see, it's too early to really put your finger on whether or not he's a bust or a success. Touchdown Jets.
Okay. Patriots needs to step their game up. Let me see. Actually, he spent 3 years. I'm sorry, 3 years in college.
Oh, well.
One was a red shirt. First year was a red shirt.
Okay, so that doesn't really count. So yeah, you're right then. Then just about two years of actual play time.
Is that a clean catch? Oh yeah, it is.
Nah, look at this. It's still moving.
Yeah, but
he controlled it all the way down.
Yeah, but the ball did not touch the floor though. That's the issue.
He looked like he secured it against his body. All right, ready? Right there. I'm gonna pull it in. Gonna keep it in place. Never touch the floor. I'm controlling it.
Yeah, that's good.
Well.
Okay, my fault.
Jonathan Taylor. Who are the wide receivers? Josh Downs,
Michael Pittman. Those and Alex Pierce. Those are really. I would love to have
Michael
those
Pittman Jr.
right now for my Steelers.
27, 23. Yeah, listen, they're relatively young wide receivers. Yeah,
it's a young offense.
So what do you do at the end of this year if you're the Colts?
They're not going to have a top pick, so they can't get Shador. And I wouldn't want Shador over there. I told you. The one time I saw blatant racism was in Indiana. I was in Indiana. I was at the borderline of Indiana and Kentucky. And it was just, I did not leave my room. I went to the hotel room and I stayed in my room because in the hotel they were talking reckless. Like, can't wait to get these niggers and spics out of here.
Oh,
just blatantly talking about it. Not the workers. It was just the people who were sitting there in the lobby. This was back when Trump was running for president the first time. I was like, oh, bet I need to stay in my hotel room here. Like, I can't go nowhere.
I'll take that to go, please.
No joke, I did. I went down to the restaurant. I didn't order no.
You delivery. Sure? No. To go. You can pack it
just
all
put
up.
It in the box. But sir, we charge you for to go. I don't care. Put it in the box. I ain't sitting down here. I was like, bro, I did double at the customer the next day just to make sure I could get out of that. I was like, I'm not trying to sit over here and find out. If when I'm walking in, that's the first thing y'all said, I heard blatantly out loud, like not even trying to like, oh shoot, did I say that out loud? Like, nah, double down on it. Yeah, Trump's gonna be the one to do it. I was like, yeah, buddy, I need to get the hell up out of here. I'm in the wrong. My fault. I'm lost.
That was my bad.
Yeah, so therefore, I will never really be a Colts fan. I will never be a fan of any Kentucky teams, college, UK, Kentucky University.
I hear they have a really good football town, though.
I don't give a damn. I will never root for them. I ain't gonna be there. Listen. That's one of the downsides to traveling. you really get to see how racist the world really is. You really get to see it.
See those pockets of towns around the
I'm just
U.S.
grateful I've never been in a sundown town yet, and I don't think I ever want to.
I've heard about those.
They're still there. They're still there. They're still there. Yeah, no. Anyway, let's go back to sports before y'all say we're going completely political. You asked a question earlier, and I kind of want to bring it up, and I want to see what other people say and or think. Would you rather watch a basketball game in person, on TV, or just watch the highlights?
Now, when we say highlights, they have these clips now on YouTube where
8 minutes long, where it's pretty much like
all the main plays.
All the main plays, yeah. Momentum,
fill out all the
swing,
fouls, all the dead time, just filters out all that right out. My preference is to go see it live. You have a better sense of what's actually going on in the game. You can see the interactions between the players and the players on the bench. You can see the coaches when who they're somewhat getting on and what the ramifications are, what the in-game ramifications are of that. The only downside of that is you don't have any of the extra commentary that is provided by the color commentary guys on TV, but my preference is to go see it live. Now, with the caveat, you have to have good seats and be in a good section, and typically when I go to Celtics games, I've sat in decent seats, so.
Season ticket holder.
That makes a difference. That makes a difference. That really makes a difference. And that's primarily the difference, the seating arrangement of these games. What's your preference?
My preference, okay. I don't know if this is just like, microwave generation, like everything quicker. I really can't watch a whole game because I feel like the players take the first 3 to 5 minutes serious on tip off. And then I feel like they're just cruising through the game until like halfway through the third quarter.
Last week we somewhat touched on this. There's less parity in the NBA than there is in the NFL. Most of the time, if you can look at the schedule and identify which team's going to win. Mm-hmm. And so that may come across in observing and watching the game from the viewer perspective as, oh, hey, they're not taking this seriously. They're just here for the photo ops at the beginning of the game and to wrap it up at the end. And
just because I'm like, if y'all don't care, I don't care. Honestly, let's be honest. That's the reason why the All-Star game is dying.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I just looked up and Jacoby Brissett's in the game.
Oh, you didn't see this? Drake May is in concussion protocol right now.
No, that's not even funny.
No, they're evaluating him right now for a concussion. When he broke that tackle, the person who dived at the end, his knee caught him in the back of the head and he didn't stand up immediately. He was kind of like slow to get up. I thought you saw that. My fault. I didn't want to bring it up. I thought you were just trying to avoid that topic. This is the first. We couldn't confirm if he was going to be out, but it looks like they really did keep him out.
Now, see, if we were live at the game, I would have seen Drake. Like, hey, wait a minute. Why is Drake May not coming on the field here? What's going on?
Oh, I can't imagine being a coach and I'm losing my star player.
Your future, it's just the future of the franchise.
No, not the future. He already is the face of your franchise. You need one. You don't. Who's the face of the Patriots right now if it's not Drake May? Oh, Christian Gonzalez?
Gerard Mayo might get fired at halftime.
Wow. Yo, anyway. Jacoby Brissett, you got nothing to, like, you already lost the job. So just air it out and throwing it 3 yards on the 3rd and 8. That's the play you make when you're afraid to lose your job. Like, I'm making the right read. No, you already lost your job. So air that joint out.
One of the things they love about Jacoby around here is he doesn't turn the ball over.
I don't give a damn. You lost the job. Air it out.
He stands there and...
Bro, at this rate, you want Milton in instead.
Oh, okay.
At this rate, you want Joe Milton there instead.
Hey,
You're trying to win.
He'd be a more dynamic player to watch in the games.
Yeah, like, literally... Brissett doesn't try to win. He tries not to lose. That's the big difference. But back to the NBA thing, I really the NBA All-Star game. Why is it dying? Because the players don't care. Do you not remember the big controversy that happened last year The Super Bowl ended. The next Sunday was the All-Star game. And the NBA was like, this is how we can get all the NFL fans. That's why they have it on a Sunday. All the NFL fans, they're used to something happening on a Sunday. They don't have any more Sunday things. Now, let's give them a great product to now, like, get them all in.
The basis of all sports is competition, and I feel like the NBA All-Star Weekend has been less. They're trying to revigorate and add some life into it, but it lacks a competitive spirit that exists in.
Which makes no sense because
sports.
they should have the most competitive spirit. They're the most healthiest sport to play. Like, okay, you get a sprained ankle, you'll be out for a week. In the NFL, I get the Pro Bowl where they're like, I ain't trying to tackle him and tear my ACL. You know what I mean? Look at baseball. Their All-Star game is actually pretty good.
Because it determines who has home field advantage in the finals.
Something. That's also something. Yes.
Oh, is that not what you were going?
No, I just meant like they actually like the best pitchers up there. The best pitcher don't want to walk you. They want to strike you out. And the batters are like, yeah, you can try to strike me. I'm going to hit this home run on your ass.
Okay, I can see. Yeah.
How many have that?
How many pitchers pitch in the All-Star game?
About 3. I think they all pitch about 3 innings. The NFL, the NBA does not have, they don't have the injury risk that everyone's worried about. But all they want to do is just literally, I think last year, people don't even shoot threes, was just pulling up from like logo. Adam Silver was pissed with reason.
But I mean, what does he expect? Because the game has become so offensive and so 3-point oriented.
No, but I mean like people who's only shot like 3 points in their career literally are pulling up for logo threes.
Was it Jokic or Luka last year that was just, listen, I'm going to shoot the ball from half court?
Luka did not care. Luka truly was one of the people, and I'm a Mavericks fan, and he really did not do me good. He really did not care.
You know what? I walked away. All-Star game weekend is not for a player like Jokic. He doesn't even, I don't think he knows what.
He's not flashy.
He doesn't know, like, I don't get this.
He's fundamental. But, like, no, like, that's literally the issue. And the other issue I have with NBA games right now is, I don't know if you heard this, but like last year, only 2 teams averaged over 33 points per game.
I'm sorry, what?
Last year.
Only
two NBA teams averaged shooting 30 3-point attempts per game.
The Celtics and
the Mavericks. Ironically, the 2 teams that made the finals.
Ironically, the 2 teams who at the start of this NBA season look
we lost last night.
really good.
We lost last night to the Suns.
It's okay. That's fine.
It was a horrible game.
Look, you're still working in clay, but all in, it looks pretty good.
I love it. But guess how many teams this year are averaging over 33 points a game?
It's a copycat. It's a copycat league. So it went from 2, I would say, at least 10.
I want to add last night's
5-fold.
Last night's to it. I want to see what last night's numbers did to it. So hold on, let me.
Because, for example, if you just take the Celtics and Mavs, the Celtics didn't really add anybody new. It's the same squad that they're running it back. However, the Mavs went out and added Clay, and you're adding Clay at 4 3-point shooting.
Exactly. Very much so.
You're going to either have Kyrie or Luka handling the ball, drawing all the attention, and then they're going to pass to him. He's probably going to lead the league in open 3-point shot attempts this year. I wouldn't be surprised.
90% of his 3-point shots on the game 1 versus the Spurs, 90% of them are wide open, or deemed open.
I think one of the shots was one of the highlights that they keep running back is Luka passing it to him. Luka's already running back. He's damn near at the bench.
I saw that.
Clay had enough time to take a power dribble, look at the rim, and just like he was just almost as if he was out there all by himself practicing in the gym.
Yes. Now, how many teams do you think take over 30 attempts
10.
per game? How many teams are in the NBA, first off?
30.
Correct. It's more than 10.
So more than a third of the league is now taking more than 33s a game?
Correct.
So I don't know if we had this conversation live about the evolution or the death of the big man. This is somewhat playing into that.
It plays into that. But hold on, before we get that far, give me another number.
So it's more than 10.
More than 10.
Are we at 15, half the league? Well, no, it has to, you know what? Let's say 20, 2/3 of the league.
Higher.
Okay, but see, these
Okay.
statistics are skewed because it's only 3 games into this season.
Very much so. But it's still 3 games.
But still, that's an early.
Do you want? I think it's easy for me to tell you who hasn't shot at least 30 points per game.
So we're in the
33s.
26, 27 teams in the league shot more than 33s.
27 teams shoot more than 30, shoot 30 or more 3 points per game.
Not all the teams have the talent. Not all the teams have talented enough shooters to execute
be doing
this.
that, but they do it nonetheless. Okay, the only teams that don't do it are the Knicks, the Spurs, and the Raptors.
Why am I not surprised that the Knicks and Spurs are on that list? The Knicks with Tibbs and the Spurs with Pop, like,
And they're not that far behind though. We're talking 28, 28, and 27.7.
oh, so you're telling me Pop's evolved and he's adopted the.
Now you said 10. I'm just gonna tell you, the top 9 average 40 per game.
Oh, that's nuts. Wait a minute. All right, so who's that top 9? Celtics, Mavs.
Celtics, Mavericks. Yep.
The Suns are going to be on that list.
The Suns are not in the top 9. They are number 12 at 38.
Okay, then yeah, run down that top 9 list.
Celtics, Warriors, Steph. You got Steph on that team. They're going to be a 3-point team to the death of them.
Time out. 5. So even who else is shooting threes on the Warriors?
I don't know. Everybody, apparently.
Okay.
The Bulls. Yeah. That's the point. That's my point.
Who's on the Bulls right now?
The Hornets, Timberwolves, then the Mavericks at 42. Now, again, I will say for the Celtics, their number is skewed because in week 1, no, I said week 1, NFL stats. In game 1, they were trying to break that record. And so they started jacking a whole bunch of threes. So that 61 3-point attempts is definitely skewing the rest of their numbers.
At one point, they missed 19 straight threes in the
just
fourth
they were
quarter.
trying to break it. So after the Mavericks, it's Houston, Orlando, and Brooklyn Nets.
So why are all these bum teams out here shooting this many threes?
Because analytics says that you have a better chance to win just by airing it. You're gonna. Okay, so actually,
How does that help you win a championship? Look at the list of teams you just ran down. How many of them didn't make the playoffs last year?
a lot. Hold on, I'm gonna try to see if I can figure this out on the fly right here. Of these 9, actually, all right, so which one are we most surprised about of those 9? Celtics, Warriors, Bulls, Hornets, Timberwolves, Rockets, Magic, Nets. Which one are you most surprised about? Give me 2 of them.
The Nets and Magic?
Nets and Magic, okay? The Nets are making 38% of them. The Magic are making, where's Magic? Magic. 39%. Now, the
league average is about what, 30%, right? If you're
You said
hitting
Magic,
30%, yeah.
where is Magic on this list?
If you're hitting 30% of your threes, you're good. If you're hitting up to closer to 40%, it's like, okay, hey, keep shooting
Okay,
these.
fine then. Guess how many teams are making 40% of their threes? Just give me a number.
13?
5.
Really?
Celtics, Cavs, Warriors, Knicks, Suns. And then a Magic is at 39.4. I didn't round
So
it
they're
up.
knocking on the door.
But that's my issue. That's literally my issue.
Is that teams are leaning too much into the analytics aspect of the game?
Yeah, and they're shooting too many threes. Honestly, watching people shoot and miss threes is not fun.
Lots of rebounds, lots of running back and forth.
And lots of not even taking a full fast break because you'd rather pull a 3 on the fast break than actually go get the guaranteed 2. I was playing 2K yesterday, and this person, we were down 4 or 3 with like a minute and a half left. Outlet pass, gave it to him. He was in the paint, not in the paint, he was in the arc. Ran out with the ball to the 3-point corner to take the 3. I'm like, take the guaranteed 2. He had a wide open paint. He missed a shot. We lost. But take the guaranteed 2. Players don't do that no more. I don't know if you saw this. It was a clip, and I think it was not last year, but the year before last, before they got Jalen Brunson, the Knicks, where someone was running the fast break. He was running and was wide open. He got to the free throw line, and then he took 5 steps back to get to the 3-point line, shot it, and missed. And I was like, this is what the NBA is. Everyone's like, he think he playing 2K.
And that's why the big man is not necessarily needed these days.
But they need it, though. I get it, but they need it.
If I were a coach, that's what I would do. I would look to be the team in the NBA.
That's zagging instead of zigging?
Correct.
Yeah.
When you come play us, you expect something different. Oh, wow. So a lot more 3-point. I guess you know what? That's where the NBA is right now.
It's not
a lot of people are
watch.
calling it the it's tough because they're calling it the Steph Curry effect. However, he's hitting a high percentage of the 3-pointers that he's taking.
You're
he's
not
skilled
Steph.
enough. Exactly.
Yo, listen, you know who else took a lot of dunks in the paint? Shaq. Why aren't y'all doing that? Not to say y'all are Shaq, but yo, you guys could have like, I don't know. And that's why I like players like Anthony Edwards, who's like, I'm not gonna live or die by the 3. And that is my main issue with Tatum. And that's why I love Brown more than I love Tatum. Because I'm literally like, Tatum, if he's not making the 3s, he gets in his head. He's done.
I think he's worked on that over the past couple of seasons. We've seen him get into his assist bag and rebounding bag a lot more the past couple of years. You're right.
Yeah,
That's always been a major criticism of him. Hey, when it's going down, everything's come smooth and looks great. When it's not going down, oh, that was nice. When it's not going down, he seems just lost out there and not doing anything else. But
He has, and the coach has helped him to like, you don't need, and that's what he said in the finals. He's like, my shots aren't dropping, but there's other ways that can impact the game. And I love that. That is what he was lacking that, and he's doing it now. But I mean, like, you know what also could help?
just taking some twos, some
Drive
layups.
to the paint, get to the foul line. Like, honestly, before the whole 3-point explosion, when the teams were taking more 3s, but when the 3s weren't working, what was the one thing people always say?
Yeah, get the ball in the post.
Get to the foul line. Get to the foul line, slow it down, and then, you know, because sometimes you just need to see 1 or 2 of them go in. And if you got to make 1 or 2 of them go in from the free throw line, then your 3-point's going to come back. That's a good catch.
Which I think they called a non-catch.
Yeah, he did rip it out. That's good defense.
That was always one of the another advantage of the big man is, hey, missing these shots, hey, throw the ball in the post. Somebody get into your bag, slow the game down a little bit.
Yeah, because you're getting in your head. Wow.
He touched it. Oh,
So what does that mean then?
He was trying to down it at the one.
I know, but if he touches it,
nothing.
nothing? Okay, cool.
Because he has to maintain control of it.
So, yeah, no, that's just the issue I have with the NBA. That's why I don't want to watch it live or in person. I'm just seeing people, like, honestly, if I want to see people miss 3s, I could just go to the rec. I can go to the Muni and just go play.
That does get frustrating when you're watching a game and they get to that point, inevitably for most teams, where the shots aren't falling and it's miss.
If you're shooting 43s a game and you're making let's just say 40%, even though most of them aren't.
12.
It seemed like the average was like 35%, right? So let me just pull up the calculator real quick because I really don't know this math off the top of my head. Wait, what did I just do?
40% would be about 12, I think.
Because this is literally, so let's say they're taking like 43s, right? 43s times 35%.
16.
14. You took 43s and only made 14 of them. That means you missed 26.
A lot of rebounding going on.
I don't want to watch the NBA to see you missing a shot. Now, don't get me wrong. If they were making all those 3s, okay, cool. It'd be a little more interesting to watch. If they were making 60% of them, even 50%, it'd be more bearable to watch.
So one of the arguments about the difference between today and yesteryear's players, the fact that today's players are more skilled. Is it that they're more athletic or they're more skilled?
Both.
Those numbers aren't supporting that with the 3-point.
Yeah, but back then they weren't shooting that many 3-points either.
Back then, I feel like the NBA has always had a series of 3-point specialists that have always
but
been
there were specialists. And even those specialists, Ray Allen.
Dennis Scott, Dan Marley,
Let me ask you a question
Reggie
right now.
Miller.
Let me ask you a question right now. If you was a coach if you was watching TV back in the 90s and Ray Allen was on the fast break He stopped at the 3-point line.
Oh, he's going to the bench. He's going to the bench.
Okay,
Listen.
the players did not do that then. That's the whole
First of
point.
all, the coach is going to get a technical foul to stop the game then. Hey, Ray, have a seat. Oh, man.
Like, it's not even up for discussion. It's yo. I remember one time when that clip I said with the Knicks or whatever. Someone had tweeted, "Yo, if this was the '90s, the coach would have tore his ACL running out there to get him out the game." Like, are you serious? So now they're more emboldened to take those shots, to do it.
I understand why a team like the Celtics would be emboldened and encouraged when you look at the squad.
Yes, in the squad. You have a team for it, and it worked last year. Actually, while you say that, let me look at who on the Warriors are helping Steph shoot 43s a game.
I can't. Who's taking all these threes? Wiggins isn't really a 3-point shooter. Draymond Green is not a 3-point shooter.
No.
And I can't think of...
But they're doing it. Let me see. Player stats. Where can I see player stats?
I don't care so much about the 3-pointer, but when it's not going in, let's get into get to the hole, get to the foul line bag.
What did I say the Warriors are averaging for 3-point attempts?
40?
Oh, wait, no, they were number 2. Yeah, they're 49 3-point attempts per game. Andrew Wiggins, 5.5. Wait, hold on. Where the hell's Clay on this list? I'm Steph.
Clay's not...
Not Clay, Steph. Oh, my God. Oh, okay. Ooh. Steph averages 10 attempts per game. And that's okay. Steph has that green light.
No, that's fine.
He has that. So that means 40 more threes are being done from everybody else. Wiggins, 5. Brandon Podziemski, 4.5. Buddy Hield, 8.
Buddy Hield's a 3-point shooter.
Moses Moody, 6.5.
I don't know who he is.
No. But that's it. And after that, everyone else is, D'Anthony Melton, 5.5. Those are the only people who's actually taking, like, good shots. Everyone else is, like, 2 threes a game, which I'm not a problem with 2 threes a game.
I think that's
so that
probably...
means Steph and Buddy Hield are averaging 18 3-point attempts per game.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not mad at those 2 particular players.
How many teams have a Steph and Buddy Hield?
That's the problem.
I
thought the Suns would have been on that list, but then the more I thought about it with Durant and Beal and
Booker is a mid-range.
Correct. But guess what? So is KD.
Yeah.
And so is
Beal. Beal's more of a paint person. He used to be the slasher.
It's going to be interesting to see what Phoenix does this year because
I don't believe in them.
I got the sense that all 3 of their superstar players essentially would prefer to operate out of that same mid-range zone. KD can shoot the 3, but it's not his
It makes it easier for you on the offense because defensively, you're kind of like screwed. You can't sit off on anyone. I understand that one. Overwhelming offensive strength is good.
Okay, great. How else are you going to build out the team when pretty much that's your salary cap right there?
Yeah, that's another story.
Now the people that are filling out your team, they're not typically people that you would find in, say, the rotation and the top 15 players on the typical. And now you're down to 15 and down on the chart, on the depth chart.
So that's just my stance on it. So I think I'm more of a highlight person, but even then, I don't watch the highlights. I can't.
Because watching it live too, you get to see who's really in the game. Watching it and being in person is great because you see all the nuances, the nuances,
of the game and everything like that. But I don't like the flow of the game I'm seeing most of the time now here. I'm wasting my time. And again, I know I'm like a speck of sand in the whole scheme of things and everything like that. But I can't believe I'm the only one. Because if I was the only one, then Adam Silver would not have been as pissed as he was at the end of the All-Star game last year.
What happened at the end of the game?
Oh, they asked him questions. How did you feel with the product? And he would not comment.
Oh, okay. So listen, you saw the game then?
I didn't watch the All-Star game. I have no reason to watch it.
It's a glorified 5-on-5, like getting all a
It's a
group of
scrimmage.
friends together and hey guys.
Yeah.
Even though they've tried to add some new features to
To make it competitive.
it's
but
not.
there is no competitiveness to it whatsoever, and that's the issue.
I don't know what they're paying these guys for the weekend. There has to be a way to make it more. Maybe they borrow.
That's what KD said. Well, make the money count. But
Fam,
honestly,
we're already the 12th guy on the bench is making $12 million a year. The 15th guy on the bench is probably making a cool $8 to $10 million a year, and he's barely playing.
Speaking of the 15th man on the bench, LeBron and Bronny.
Congratulations to them. They had their moment. Although I'm old enough to remember that this isn't the first time that a professional athlete and his father.
Ken Griffey?
Correct.
Yeah. But for basketball, for you to have that type of longevity, that's crazy. Baseball, you can play it till you're 40 really easily, almost easily. But for basketball,
I'm a little bit
today's game?
less impressed with longevity in basketball today. That doesn't overly
is it
impress
because
me.
of the load management that they're doing nowadays?
Correct.
Okay.
Load management more available. There's so much information that's available. These guys have chefs that feed them and take care of them during the day, during the week. Personal trainers.
Yeah, but to be okay, let me put it this way: to be relevant 20 years into the league is one thing. Vince Carter played almost 20 years in the league, and he was jumping teams because he wasn't really relevant like that. He was good, but he wasn't relevant. He was still better than your 10th man. LeBron is
That's
starting.
relevant.
Vince Carter was not starting anymore.
No, but you're in the rotation.
You're in the rotation, yeah. But LeBron is starting.
No, listen, LeBron is a beast of his own because think about that. He's probably going to average 20 to 25 points this year in his 20th year.
He was on fire last night. This man made like 10 threes. No, what was it? He made 10 shots in a row.
And we were just talking about pull-ups. He was hot. What's the Ryu?
Yeah, it took that shot. He was like, swing that mother effer.
I just
like,
hit 10 shots in a row. What are you doing?
Yo, you give the high hand.
See? Modern day basketball. And LeBron's now starting to show his age. You see?
No, but for real though, like he was really hot. Like when I play pickup basketball, if you on fire, yo, by all means, my dude.
It keeps going. But listen, LeBron and Bronny, they had their moment. It was a really nice thing to see. And I think this week they might have just announced, I saw on Twitter.
He's going to be going back and forth between the G League and the Lakers, which...
It's a business. It's a business. So they've got to capitalize on that.
I'm curious, is he not good enough to be the 15th man on the bench?
He's probably still recovering from the situation, the health situation that he had. Let's give him some time in the G League where there's significantly less pressure.
Okay.
Right now, let's focus on allowing Anthony Davis to look as dominant as he has during the. So this is the version of the Lakers I was expecting when the team was put together with AD and LeBron. I thought the AD was going to be this dominant. He's got inside game. He's got outside game. He is the modern day version of the big man that you want if you're compiling, putting together a team, right? Okay, and then I thought that was going to lighten the load on LeBron, allow him to kind of put it in cruise control, but that's not necessarily what happened. They still got a chip out of it, but this version of the Lakers is more what I expected. Hey, it's in the books. You can't take it. You can put an asterisk on it. You can do whatever the hell you want to it. It's still there.
Also, just a little side note for y'all. Next week we won't be live. We're gonna be on vacation, family cruise. You gonna leave me hanging?
Oh, my fault. That was a family cruise.
Yeah, no, vacation.
A well-deserved vacation. I need to unplug everything and just recharge.
That's why I'm not signing up for the Wi-Fi package. That's why I'm downloading all my shows right now on this thing, and I'm going to be just chilling. I don't need Wi-Fi.
I got the Wi-Fi package because I thought I would be in classes, but that won't be until not right now. Maybe January.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna set my fantasy football lineups on Sunday, and then I'm gonna set it again when I'm on one of the islands during the week. And then that's it. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose.
Download a couple of seasons of random things that you have on your watch list that you never watch.
King. If you haven't watched,
I've heard about that.
I love Tulsa King, and it's back on. It's releasing weekly, but the second season, they're releasing the 7th episode today.
I just finished watching Mayor of East Kingstown.
I downloaded that show. I'm gonna start that one. I'm downloading season 1 and season 2, so I'm gonna see how that one goes. Was it good?
Yeah, I like Mayor of Kingstown. It's an interesting take on how all of this works together. between the police officers, the city officials, the people who out committing crimes and all that. So it's a
So they filmed it in Haiti?
no. It's I'm not saying they're equivalent or they're anywhere on the same level, but it's The Wire-ish.
Wire-ish. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The Colts are actually putting up points in Josh Downs.
Oh, we've reached halftime for most of these games.
Yeah.
The Eagles and Bengals are tied at 10. See, this is, well, I don't know. Two teams that I don't think anyone's quite sure
this
on.
year? Yeah.
The Ravens and Browns. The Ravens are up on the Browns 10-6. See, I would expect the Ravens to handle business and have a better lead than 10-6.
It's an AFC North game. It's a division game. You know, honestly, like how often do teams blow out their division rivals?
That's true. Those are always hard fought
Fought.
games. We've got the Lions up on the Titans 35-14. That's expected.
35? It was just 14-14.
The Lions have that. The Lions are them.
They scored 3 touchdowns in a quarter?
They 21 in the second. Those are video game numbers, right? For 21 points, 35 points at the half. I scored 2 touchdowns in the first, 3 in the second. That's usually a defensive touchdown in there somewhere. I don't know that the offense is going to get 3 possessions unless they were 3.
It is the Lions, though.
The Dolphins are up on the Cardinals 13-7. Hey, Tyreek Hill this week. Start me. We're back, baby.
That's what he said. But I don't think he's got the stat lines for it yet. Ain't none of them got touchdowns. You know what I'm really watching that game for? Because I traded Jalen Waddle early in the season. So I'm stat watching that one like, okay, how bad did I screw up on that one?
So much for me starting the Bucs defense, which started their day off looking good.
Really
They're
good?
now trailing 24-17 to the Falcons.
Okay, so Jalen Waddle only got 3 fantasy points. But Tyreek Hill got like 12. He got 12 points already in halftime. 69 yards, 5 receptions.
No touchdown yet, so he's gonna try to get that. He's looking for the end zone today.
Yeah, he is.
He's always looking for the end zone.
He definitely gonna be looking for it for sure. I need Arizona to put more points on the board though, for real.
Hey, another team this week that I saw play, the Oklahoma Thunder. They looked scary good as a young team in the NBA. That's another team.
They traded Giddey for somebody on the Bulls. Who did they get again?
Wasn't he the young man that had the issue, the dating issue?
Dating issue?
He was dating like a young person, really young person,
No,
the
Giddey
underage.
was the one dating the underage person. I'm just gonna call it what it was. Had sexual relations with an underage person. But let's see. Oh, whoops. Turned on AI. Oh, actually, no. Let's put AI on here. Oklahoma City Thunder roster. They got Alex Caruso. That's what it was. They should Alex Caruso, so that definitely helped him defensively. Okay. I ain't mad at it.
Let me just confirm on their roster. See, this might be a team that you need. You need one of those veterans on this team, like a Udonis Haslem, because they're just so young. They're just so young, and
that was the main issue with them last year. That a lot of people they should not be getting this far being this young, but that's also really good. But it's going to be really interesting how you're going to pay all these people. Because listen,
he's already making $35 million.
Shy?
Mm-hmm.
How many years left on his deal? Do you see that?
No, I don't.
Because he's going to make more than Jason Tatum, for sure.
So see, this next group of young players who are going to have to be paid by the NBA. Jason Tatum just signed a $300 million contract. Yeah. And he's probably
guaranteed. And it's guaranteed.
Let's say he's got one
more massive contract in him. Yes.
One, maybe 2 more massive contracts.
Yes. Yeah. I have a child. He's going to play baseball and basketball.
Probably more so about golf. No, listen, golf, lacrosse. Well, they're not. Lacrosse isn't making the money yet. So baseball, basketball. Less so baseball, because baseball, they have so much control of you until you actually break and make it to the majors.
They
Basketball,
do, but if you have more chance,
because think about it, basketball with the NIL situation now, you can start earning a better living earlier on.
There's only like 12 people per roster. There's only 2 rounds in drafts.
And okay,
baseball have 3 development leagues that gives you a chance to climb up the ranks. NBA doesn't have 3.
Have you heard any of the stories of what it's like to be in like single A baseball and just how they're traveling on buses and staying in motels?
Listen,
it's in the NBA. If the NBA can effectively figure out the whole developmental league, G League situation, that could be a really good thing for them, because the NFL already has college as their feeding ground for athletes. And the NBA needs something similar. And guess what? These players, they're going to college.
Is one and done. That's what the issue is.
That's why they need to figure out the development league, the G League, whatever they're calling it these days.
What they're gonna say. Well, that's why LeVar Ball is trying to create that league where it's like you're gonna get paid. Instead of going to college, it'd be like another G League, but that actually pays you. And it'd be for college students, where you don't have to play for college sports.
Or alternatively, these kids, and you've seen a lot of them doing it, they're going overseas and just playing in Europe for 1 or 2 years and then getting their stock up and then coming back.
Yeah, but they don't end up being a first-round pick. Or at least a lottery pick. The only foreign lottery picks are literally foreigners. Luka, Wemby.
The cream of the crop type.
Yeah. Because at the same time, the owners are like, you couldn't handle the competition in college, so we don't think.
No, I wanted to make money. A lot of them went for the monetary purposes, and now with NIL, that should hopefully play a role in.
The NIL is so many years overdue.
Oh, so listen, I heard one of the issues they're having is people are making commitments, promises to these athletes. They're committing, and then, oh, hey, I was just playing. Like, wait a minute, where's my money?
Yeah, no, wasn't it an NFL quarterback? A college quarterback who was like, I'm not
Las Vegas, Nevada.
He was like, I'm not playing no more. Like, you did that.
UNLV, running Rebels.
You did. Oh, damn.
Jonathan Jones.
Hurry up. All right, can Jacoby Brissett score from the 25-yard line?
No, field goal. I'm not optimistic. Sorry.
He's probably in his head like, I did all that for us to kick a field goal. Ain't that some ish? Damn, he really went almost the whole way. He really just got tired. Good job not stepping out. The Jets are not good.
Yeah, no, I accept that. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I was 100% wrong.
The Jaguars did better against the Patriots than the Jets are doing right now, and the Jaguars are for damn sure not good.
You don't win championships on paper, and I fell for it. I saw the names. I was super optimistic about some of the young players on that team. Yeah, I'm done. They're done. Hey, at least they'll finish with a better record than the Patriots, probably.
Are we sure about that?
If Drake May's not playing, we'll probably lose every single game the rest of the way, because he covers a lot. He covers up a lot for the offensive line, and he's young enough. He's making plays with his legs, something we don't see Brissett really doing. He's throwing the ball deep.
I don't understand why he's not. Brissett used to be a little bit of a scrambler, was he not? He used to have some legs on him.
I thought that he was more the I could run, but I'm not necessarily looking to run types.
Okay, cool. Well, you need to run. Can't figure it out. All right. Back to some football takes. D-Hop on the Chiefs. The rich get richer?
Yes.
Even though they lost a lot. My God.
Patrick Mahomes is in that sweet spot in his career that here in the New England area we've seen for many years, where because you have the quarterback, they're not necessarily going to run out and get him the best offensive weapons. Hey, you're intelligent enough. We can give you.
We're paying you some of the wide receiver salary. This cap Designated for.
We'll give you some B's to C pluses, and you figure it out with them.
And then on occasion, we might get you a Randy Moss.
Every now and then, when exactly. Every now and then, there's going to be a disgruntled wide receiver on the team. 5th rounder for a D-Hop. I'd do that all day, even at this stage of his career.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's where Patrick Mahomes is. So the days of him putting up...
It's not D-Hop's fault that his quarterback was Will
Oh,
Levis.
no. That's not his fault at all.
Well, no, someone actually did say this. It is his fault. He chose the Titans. He signed there as a free agent.
Listen, the days of Patrick Mahomes putting up 300, 400-yard games and 4 or 5 touchdowns, those are gone. He's going to perform well in every single game.
There you go.
They're going to win the majority of their games still, but it's going to be done. Sometimes it's going to be passing. Sometimes it's going to be running. Sometimes it's going to be the defense.
Yeah, no, and that's okay. Because what you really paying him for is that when it's 4 minutes left and we need that game-winning drive.
Right
He's
now,
not going to mess it up.
Coming into every season, most people are looking at the Chiefs as, at the bare minimum, making it to the AFC East championship game.
AFC Championship.
AFC, yeah, there you go. I'm sorry, AFC Championship game.
He really almost fumbled that ball at the goal line. Oh, no, he crossed it.
Look at us looking competitive against the 2-5 team that's in complete disarray.
Yo, what do you think they're going to say now if they lose this game?
The Jets?
Yeah. Last time was Salah. Then it was... No, it was Mike Williams. The wrong route. Then it was... That was also the game they fired.
Salah was before that. Then Mike Williams ran the wrong route.
And then last week there was no excitement on the bench to get some energy to help fire up the team. And this week it's going to be the kicker missed the field goal again.
He did. Actually, he did. Good call, see?
No, he missed an extra point.
You should text Aaron Rodgers. If you had his number, like, hey, I got you, buddy. This week, yo, that stupid kicker, he missed that kick. We would have been tied right now, but we're trailing.
Yeah, because you would have kicked another field goal instead of trying to go for 2 to make up for that. Like, honestly, I don't know, man. I hate to say it because I was an Aaron Rodgers fan. I liked Aaron Rodgers.
Hold on, let's not go back to Aaron Rodgers. What do you think of D-Hop on the Chiefs?
Oh, my fault. I just saw the Patriots score. D-Hop is a better Juju. At this stage in his career, he's there to replace Juju. My only issue is, my question is this a 1-year deal? Because I don't know. Well, no, D-Hop is, never mind. I'm overthinking it. Because Juju's only here for 1 year. Then it's going to be Rashee Rice next year. Mm-hmm. And D-Hop, if he's still on the contract on the outside. Travis Kelce still playing tight end. That's great. That's great.
They've got some veteran. They've got some young runners on the team. Yeah, I like the landing spot for D-Hop. I really do on a going forward basis.
And you want to know something crazy? D-Hop might break a record today.
What, touched?
I don't know. Some sort of record.
On the season, I think they said he's got 7 catches, 153 yards or something like that.
Here's the reason why. Because Mahomes is going on a mission today.
Oh, because
the Raiders.
They're making fun of him.
Now, I will say this. His voice is a little Kermity, but listen, can you imagine the Dolphins when Tom Brady was in his prime? They're like, Giselle tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios or something like that. Like if KG was on the other team. You don't do that to a division rival who I know you won and you were feeling yourself and you said, we got the secret sauce for the Chiefs. They're going to. And did you hear what Mahomes said during this summer when he found out about it?
I'll take care of it when I take care of it.
Yeah, it'll get handled when it gets handled.
I got this.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry.
So what better time to do it with the brand new receiver? He's going to be like, yo, listen, I don't even need to use my regulars. D-Hop, let's break a record. Let's break a record.
Actually, I think that's the afternoon game on Fox, the Chiefs game. It is.
I hope I get to see it. It's between that or the Commanders, which I do want to see the Commanders-Bears game.
Listen, shout out to the IT people out there. They have this pretty figured out. I've had to find some creative ways to consume sports because I got rid of cable.
Yeah.
And so I've been signing into my mother's account. Okay, so I'm trying to log in the other night to watch the Celtics game. They're like, nah. Log on to your home Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, what? And I clicked, they had the little Y button. I was like, wait a minute, why? Well, because this is a out of market game. It's only supposed to be available in certain areas. I'm like, wait a minute, huh? So shout out to the IT people.
Nah, don't shout out to them because they're the ones who be. You see, and you know how like a lot of people have that like password sharing issue with Netflix and whatnot. I don't have that issue. Look at Garrett Wilson.
Wow,
that should be OPI. That should be OPI because Garrett Wilson definitely shoved him. That definitely should be OPI.
Did he shove him or was he jumping?
It looked like he was like let's see. Pass interference. I thought it was OPI.
He looked like he was jumping. All right, here we go.
Or at least offsetting then, because I didn't know if 25 did grab him or not.
Oh, well. It looked different live. Or from the angle they showed it.
Look at that. Like, yo, I don't even see what 25 did. I'm still looking for 25's pass interference on that one.
Yeah, I think they got this one wrong. It looked like they were hand battling. It didn't look like either one of them excessive.
Like a stiff arm on the head on the other one. Like, nah.
I didn't think that necessarily was enough to push them off, or it was just good hand battling going down.
All right, but that's your opinion. All right, ready to take a break real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, and when we come back, we can talk about the World Series, which has been. Have you watched it? I've been watching it. It's actually been good.
Do you have a
I don't have a horse
in the race?
I don't have a horse in the race, but it is. I like Shohei obviously because Shohei.
He's nice. I've seen him play.
And Aaron Judge is.
Is he still?
He's selling though. He has a really bad playoff record or playoff stats. He's pulling a Peyton Manning right now. Like literally in game 1, was it? Or was I think in both games they needed him in game 1, they needed him to just get a single and they would have won the game. The bottom of the 9th, 2 outs.
Oh, geez, that's what every baseball player dreams of ever since you were a kid.
Listen, that's all they needed. Nope.
How many games in the World Series are you? 1 or
Best
2?
of 7.
No, what game are we right now? 2 or 3?
2. They're gonna have game 3 tomorrow, I believe.
Are the Yankees down 2-0?
0-2, yeah.
Oh.
And then Freddie Freeman hit the first in World Series here.
That I heard because it was all over Twitter.
Listen,
the bat flip.
I was watching it and I was just like, yo, because that was the game where they needed Aaron Judge could have ended the game.
With just a single.
Just because I believe someone was on base, they just needed to end the game, get a base hit, third base would have came home, done. Couldn't do it. Because I remember because I was talking to my friend and I was like, he was like, this is a legacy moment for Aaron Judge. I was like, as a Yankees player, game 1 of the World Series against the Dodgers, 2 outs. That's what you want. Swing and miss. And then the Dodgers just load the bases up. And then Freddie Freeman, first one in World Series history, a walk-off grand slam. Like I said right now, I'm about to boot up MLB 25. And is it 25 or 24? I remember which one we're on right now.
25.
I'm going to boot it up, and I know that's going to be in one of the missions for the weekly challenge or whatever. That's going to be really hard to hit. But yeah, no, it's actually been pretty good. And then last night's game was also really good because it was tied 1-1. And then all of a sudden, Rodon was just giving home runs for free.
Okay. 3
runs in 1 inning with 2 outs. 2 outs. Someone got on base. Then Teoscar Hernandez, home run, bong. Now it's 3-1. Then Freddie Freeman comes up, bong, home run, 4-1.
Sounds like Freddie Freeman's the World Series MVP.
Right now, it does sound like it. And then it got even crazier because at the 9th, it wasn't Judge this time. No, it was Judge again. The Yankees had the bases loaded, down 3, top of the 9th, because, there won't be no bottom of it because Dodgers are home. And the pitcher, 1 out. Aaron Judge, young Carlos Stanton, and Juan Soto. Sat him down.
3, 4, 5 of the lineup?
I believe so. Something like that. Sat them down. 1, 2, 3. Get their outs.
See, there's no other sport where it's man against man the way that baseball is.
Yo, it's pitcher. And again, that's why I said the All-Star game is that great. Because the pitcher's like, I'm not walking. Well, first off, the pitcher was messing up because he got in his head. He walked one, gave a base hit. Jazz stole a base. And then they got another base hit. And Jazz came home. Then it was 2-4, bases loaded, 1 out. I literally was like, yo, this is how you come back. This is how you make up for last night. No, you don't.
Next 2 games in New York, right?
3 games.
Oh, 3 games. Yeah, they do that 2-3.
I like it.
2.
I like it. Because think about the travel. NBA used to do 2-3-2.
Yeah. And I like it. I like it 2-2-1-1-1-1.
No, that's too much traveling with the 1-1-1-1. 2-3-2. You're traveling only twice. Now, I know it feels like the road team has more of a home field advantage because they get 3 games back-to-back at home. But do you really want to fly over and over and over again?
But the road team does, in fact, have an advantage then.
So what should it
because
be?
From the road team's perspective, hey, guys, we just need to split 1 on the road and then do what we're supposed to at home.
So then what do you think it should be 3-3-1?
It should be 2-2-1-1-1-1.
That's a lot. By the way, for everyone who doesn't know, the 3-2-1-1-1, it's games at home and games on the way. So Dodgers, Yankees, it's 2 at LA, 2 in New York. Then if there's a game 5, they fly back to LA because it's New York and LA. That's pretty much the farthest you can have for continental US.
Oh.
Fly back to LA to play 1 game, fly back to New York to play the next game, and then fly back to LA to play the next game again.
Boo-hoo. First class flights and 5-star accommodations. Boo-hoo-hoo.
6-hour flights. Yes, boo-hoo.
Oh my God. Do you know how long the bus ride would be if you had to do that? Boo-hoo-hoo. These guys are getting stretched out in the air. The chefs have the food ready. The masseuse, listen. And this is it. This is for all the marbles. This is for everything. So you know what? Some short-term inconvenience is okay.
That's a lot of flying. As a person who flies a lot for work, I feel y'all. And
guess what?
I like the 2-3-2.
Space out the games. Who cares? 2, day off, travel day.
MLB knows they're fighting NFL for right now. No, there's no game today. They planned it for Friday, Saturday, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I was like, wait a minute, what's that? Oh, yeah.
And then after that, it's going to be Friday, Saturday again.
Yeah, they can't even mess around for Thursday.
And this is exactly why the NBA commission was pissed off when they got the first Sunday and they got their marquee All-Star game.
And these guys came out and just showed their ass.
Just joked around. It's like, bro, do you guys not understand? Our numbers are down. People are not happy with load management. People are not happy with the way the games are being played. So let's show the best of our best and show that they care. You forgot to tell the best of the best to show that they cared. You showed the best of your best. And they showed the assholes of the assholes.
All right, listen, we're going to stop talking.